Hey people, Wintered here, 53, Argent Shelf Redux, blue team. Dead Metal is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat with some powerful disruption, offense and support. Looks like he's on this relatively isolated west side then. Alongside though, two force commanders. First up is StarHammer with some Torrents and Angel of Death. These guys excel at melee combat, some powerful disruption and some support with buffs too. Red team, we have triple Lord General. They've all shown up. Kain, we have Maromar with some Mordian Iron Guard, and the Tenso. These guys start off with a retinue of Stormtroopers, really strong defense and support. Fight in range combat can also add to that retinue throughout the game. Bit of a standoff on the west side. Eldar might need some help, not the best toe-to-toe fighters, especially at the start of the game. Might need to do some flanking or something. Can do some really powerful flanks on this map. In the mid though, double force commander versus double Lord General. The Sentinels should win this fight for the Imperial Guard players. Those scouts are already out there. They just need to focus down the force commanders and then going for those stomps. This guy's already down to half health here. StarHammer runs away. Now he can just creep forward to the cover. That guy got his ground pound, as you can see. This guy also getting it. I don't think there was a whole lot these Space Marines could have done here. StarHammer could have been more careful with his scouts, that's for sure. Those guys getting stomped. Lasgun's pushing through. You can't let them get a model off your Tactical Marines though, surely. These guys got pretty close to dropping one. Angel of Death manages to keep the Force Commander in play. Now gets in on the Lord General, who's trying to tie up the Tactical Marines here. Sent him flying. Stormtroopers continue to live somehow. 2-to-1 cap very early on for the blue team. Looks like Dead Metal took that west side. One of the Stormtroopers goes down. Both of them go down. In fact, you can reinforce those guys in the field, as you can see. Not very expensive either. West side, meanwhile, some stuff died, that's for sure. A bunch of red numbers popping up. But looks like the Imperial Guard are going to retake over here. We have Howling Banshees. We have a Shuriken and expect some Devastators in the mid. In fact, Angel of Death already getting one. StarHammer with double Tactical Marines here. Maybe into some Assault Marines, because Guardsmen don't like being jumped on and hit in the face with chainswords. StarHammer again. Getting his Force Commander a little bit isolated here. It is hard. It is hard for that not to happen. They're just going to get focused down a lot of the time. Don't have Assault Marines to kick off that fight. There's a grenade though. Decent hits. Wow. Really good hit. Killed 5 Guardsmen over there. Triple cap now for red. Very strong start. Catechins on the way for Kain. And a heavy weapon squad on the way for the Tenso. This Lord General getting very low. Has to retreat. In fact, it should allow the blue team to get back out here. Devastators in the field from Angel of Death. Will set up with that heavy bolter and do this. Sentinels do not like setup teams in tier 1. It means they can't freely walk forward and stomp stuff, because they will take massive amounts of damage if they get close to those things. Much like this Guardian Weapon team over here. You might see the Sentinel trying to flank around this very narrow path. What's this? Still in play is Maromar. Double Guardsman and that Sentinel. Force Commander gets in. Not using Battle Cry though. Gets knocked over. Should have had Battle Cry up to stop that knockback. Still would have got stunned. Grenade launcher for the Lord General here. They actually pack a punch, these things. Especially since the Stormtrooper fellas also get one. It's got that medical sergeant too. What about the Tenso? Nothing in the Lord General there. And over here too, there's that smoke grenade from the Catechins. They are forced to retreat though. And the Eldar retaking the west side. No grenades in play. Banshees in retreat. Looks like they haven't been able to get in and kill a bunch of stuff looking at their XP. Certainly soaking up some damage though, haven't they? 387 to 477. 1-to-1 cap. Still the Imperial Guard push the mid of the map here. Straight back into play. Sentinel somehow able to just walk up to the Devastators there and get a stomp. Need to manually target it sometimes. And it is an assault squad for StarHammer. In fact, Angel of Death already has some assault marines on the field. These guys with jump packs, 400 hit points per model, and some, well, in the guardsman's minds, very devastating melee attacks. This sentinel barely getting out of there for Maromar. Came to help out, I guess, the Warlock with the Immolator. Very bad news for a blob of guardsmen. Throw this down and then throw out your Destructor. And they need to move or they die a lot. Tier 2 for Maromar. We'll see if the Imperial Guard can continue to hold here with an assault squad per force commander. No sign of the Storm Shields, which are an awesome piece of war gear. Maybe slightly underutilized. When you have incredible tier 2 weapons as a force commander that could just deliver massive amounts of damage and disruption, it is perhaps very tempting to forego a support weapon like the Storm Shield. Assault squad getting in here, eating a stomp. Tactical Marines distracting the heavy weapons squad, allowing scouts to get into melee. They've got some kicks. There's some decent damage actually to the heavy weapons squad. Assault squad continue to tank and completely bully the back lines of the Imperial Guard. They're going to take out this Lord General. In fact, down he goes. And another jump. Do they have a stomp one of these guys? They need to be very careful here. Force commander now coming in. If the assault squad weren't tough enough to deal with, he did run into that stomp though. They are persuaded to leave, and in fact they got a model off in there. Tier 2 for Dead Metal, Kain, the Tenso, Maromar already there. We do have some spotters up for the Tenso on the he's the eastern side player in fact. Bunker up. Looks like it is a medical bunker. You see those green hexagons of health regen. Immolator goes down. Some pain for these guys. That was the all reliable, and some sentinel missiles. Looks like Maromar doing a good job supporting this side. So blue team, I guess StarHammer needs to either get over there and support, or they need to really push through here, bash some power, and maybe take this VP. Both level 1 these force commanders still. Assault squad here taking some shots, but it's still in play. And there's a jump in fact. Spotters doing their thing, but they are not suited for frontline combat, shall we say. Need to run the hell away there. I don't see any flamer. Nope. I should be able to just shoot this down though. Uh oh. Heavy weapon squad, he might need to jump it, but these guys have no energy to jump with. Sergeant is queued up for tier 2. Ogren's on the way for the Tenso. They can fight those assault squad marines face to face. Especially with some buffs. Force commander himself can buff pretty well though. Battle cry always there. Also his 4D Emperor Global. Improvised explosive down. Heavy turret put up by Maromar. StarHammer needs to come and help. Looks like maybe he's thinking about going over. Nope. They're staying mid. They need to hold down this VP a little bit then, because they're going to lose the west side for a little bit. Maromar is splitting his forces. Can be very powerful in a team game if you have an ally that can split forces very well. Missile launcher up here. Double Wraith Guard for Dead Metal. That's going to be some powerful range fire here. Looks like he's given up the west side for now. Blue team are holding down this natural 377, 397. Ogren's getting in there though. Buffed by this thing, Carapace armor. Stand firm. Allows them to get right on this heavy bolter and get it out of there. These guys have heavy melee damage, remember. Can tear through anything given enough time. Force One has got his Thunderhammer though, great for disrupting enemy melee. Disrupting enemy anything really if you have the teleporter up. West side still very, very red. Even some buildable cover here, which is something guardsmen can do. Don't see it all that often. Wraith Guard They can do that. Down goes that turret in pretty short order, but it's a lot of stuff shooting at you here. So they are backing away. We've got some plasma guns up for Kain. Warlock can't do it all, but the turret is down at least. And blue team still hold over here. Tactical Marines deployed via drop pod. Not a sight they want to be greeted with. Some angry Ogrins. Still a 2-to-1. Still very close on VPs. Maromar goes tier 3. Did they bash power at all? I don't think so. A little bit of damage on that generator. Might have got the node. Not sure. What are these fellas doing? Oh, they're waiting for the mercenary strike to go. We're just taking hits from those Ogrins there. Ogrins getting very low. But looks like they're going to get out of here without dropping a model too. More assault squad Marines coming in. They need to maybe back away. They're going in pretty isolated here. I guess the Ogrins are out of the picture. Going to eat the stomp. But they're holding up that cap. I guess that's worth it. And Force Commander's having some fun. He's got the Sacred Standard up. And Armor of Alacrity on the way. Assault squad are able to escape. Red team will retake their natural. And now blue team really need to think about supporting this west side more. Dead Metal, poor Dead Metal's been all alone, fighting like 1.5 players here. Where is Double Wraith Guard? Here they come. Gonna walk right through this improvised explosive. Boom. Don't think it took a model. Wraith Guard are relatively tough, but look at this. Exploding some cathogens, almost finished them off there. They do escape. 2-to-1 for red now. Can they get this west side? See that Commissar retinue member for the Lord General. Gives him a nice shield he can put up, but he just got exploded again. Sniper rifles in play. Looks like blue team maybe can retake this west side here. Force Commander continues to be a pain in the arse. What's this? Just a Sentinel. Just a Sentinel. Maromar is tier 3. Devastators need to move up a little bit here, I think. Still this Force Commander. Just smacking around these retinue members. Level 3 now. Takes down the Lord General too with a sync kill. Look at that. The top of the hammer in your face. Looks like it's going to get revived immediately. Warlock levels to 3. Some immolator usage there. And a destructor thrown out. But red team retain the west side. Blue team going for a mid push again. We have an auto cannon, so the Force Gunners are able to just run in there, no suppression. Decent jump. Can he fight these Ogrins though? They have use your head up, which is what is disrupting all this stuff. They in turn are being disrupted by that Thunderhammer. There's another jump to knock them over. Buffed though now by incoming, which prevents, is it knockback and suppression, I think? Oh, it's just suppression. There is one that gives you knockback immunity, I think. Oh, a Lehman Russ for Maromar. Most likely called in from the global abart. Pretty good global to have. Drop a Lehman Russ wherever you want. 2-to-1 cap here for the Reds. Close on VPs though. It remains close despite this side being very red for a very long time. What are you fellas up to? Just hiding. Cathogens will naturally start to infiltrate themselves if left idle. Good usage of heavy turret again. The Tenso is spending quite a lot of resources reinforcing these Ogrins over here. Kind of wreck starved. Lehman Russ now has an executioner. Bad news for tactical Marines, it turns out. Last cannon's getting shots. Well, here's the repairs. Need to push as one in the mid. Double Wraith Guard doing their thing. Lots of buffs going down over here from the Lord General. He's got his shield up, he's got his flat jacket doing incoming. That's the one that gives you knockback immunity and some good damage resistance too. Looks like it's damage resistance to everything as well, not just ranged fire, which is interesting. Great tool to use against enemy assault marines. Warlock getting stuck in his level 4. Must have used his immolate already. Good special there. Wraithguard continue to fire away. They're all reinforcing off this bunker, remember. Draining the requisition of Kain. But unable to wipe these squads completely. They're just reinforcing 3 at a time over here because they have their commissar leader, those guardsmen. Red team looking pretty solid in the mid now. Blue team haven't really pushed effectively as one. A lot of the time they're going in, sending 1 unit at a time. After the main force is pushed off, they're kind of still sending stuff in, dribs and drabs. Another bunker up. They've used their globals pretty well here, the red team. Heavy turrets, bunkers. What's this? 221 to 336 are the VPs, and now power bashing is the red team. Sorry, this is Kain. There's some leveled up guardsmen now. Scouts trying to get close for a shotgun blaster or a grenade, or maybe both. They are level 3. Have enough energy to do that kind of thing. D-cannon on the field for dead metal. It's been really left isolated over here, dead metal. No support really from StarHammer. Sometimes you feel like you can't leave the mid because it will fall, kind of thing. But I think StarHammer did have the opportunity to go west and help out a little bit. I mean, one powerful flank is all it needs to really mess up the enemy. These Ogrins have been awesome for the Tenso. Level 3. Wow, 8 a last cannon to the neck though, and that guy just exploded a little bit. Down to a single model in the end, but they do get away, and they are level 3. They've certainly killed some Marines. Force one here down. 182, 336. Red team looking pretty strong. What's that? Oh, orbital. From, who is it from, do we think? Maybe StarHammer? Doing some good damage, but not good enough to wipe any of these squads from what I saw. And red team retained the west side. Level 3 scouts here. We've got a D-cannon in play and some direct avengers without aspects. Scouts now getting a decap. Or maybe not. Knocked off it by a mortar shell. That will certainly knock you back. That last kind of predator that we saw give the Ogrins a very bad day. Might be able to do some work against this Lehman Russ. What else do they have in terms of AV? They do have a melter bomb. Where are the... Yep, last cannon still in play. Pinned back here though, the blue team. Unable to really use those force commanders effectively, I feel like. Been dealt with pretty well. We did have that little passage of play where... Was it StarHammer? No, it was Angel of Death, I think. No, it was StarHammer. StarHammer was around the mid, really messing stuff up for a while. The red team have pushed back. Looking pretty solid, but down goes Lehman Russ. Still in play with a lot of infantry, though. Sentinel getting a bit too close to that twin-link las cannon. Oh no, a misfire there, though. And down it goes. Assault squad jumping in. Merciless strike. Hits the heavy weapon squad. Didn't seem to do much damage though. Might have wanted to save that for when you're fighting Ogrins, fellas. More Ogrins on the way, this time from Kain. 153, 302. Fireism on the way for Dead Metal, who has taken the west side. Well done to him. Or them. Level 4 tactical marines with plasma gun. It's a lot of damage for these Ogrins. Force one is trying to chase him. Or is he? What's he doing? He's striking a pose over here. Maromar letting his allies know that he's giving out some medkits from his retinue sergeant. Oh, and Nation of No Fear up for these tactical marines here. Able to knock back these Ogrins and tank them pretty well. And now some support comes flying in from assault marines. Red team unable to get on the VP, but a lot of pressure being applied here. Apply pressure on your opponent, you can make those mistakes, force their micro to work. Another Leman Russ gets dropped in here, this time from the Tenso. The Warlock is pissed. He's got his Providence going. Immolator's still up too. 153, 258. Looks like the blue team are pushing through. And we have some Assault Terminators from Angel of Death. Unique Terminator variant for the Force Commander. Those heavy melee Thunderhammers and Storm Shields. Incredibly tough. And can rip apart anything, but they cannot retreat. This is their big weakness. If you can stun them, or otherwise lock them in place, they cannot retreat out of it. And he can get to work. We'll see if that's the case. Leman Russ goes down. It didn't last very long. This Predator tank has done really well for Angel of Death. Almost level 3. Uh-oh. Now taking some autocannon shots. As soon as I say that, is he going to go down? It does go down. The Curse of Indrid strikes again. West side is now red. Fire Prism. Was he just chased off the west side, or did he come here to help out? Looks like a little bit of power bashing went on. 133, 252. 2-1 for red. Stone Guard here, very isolated, using their Hellfire rounds to try and shoot down some guardsmen. But this bunker again allows them to trade very well against Marines, able to reinforce off this thing. Another bunker up. This one was most likely a repair bunker. There's Ogryns coming in again. Almost level 4. Kain now has some up over here. Oh, Eldritch from Dead Metal takes out one of those bunkers. But are these Assault Terminators in trouble now? Do they have their teleport available? Ogryn's getting a heal, most likely from a medical kit. Okay, they got rid of him. These guys can get Lightning Claws, which would see them tear apart those Ogryns in seconds. But they're keeping their Thunderhammers for now, and you can't blame them against Imperial Guard with potentially a bunch of nasty vehicles around. Down goes that bunker. And here's another one. Being stolen by the Force Commander there. Terminator's still in play. Inspiring nearby allies, of course, whenever they kill something. And the blue team have taken the west side. 122 to 224. That's the vision flare thing from the spotters. Leman Russ here for Kain, getting the Vanquisher upgrade to try and hunt down the Fire Prism. That's the anti-large target upgrade for Leman Russ. Awesome range and damage. Force Commander gets it. Well done, Angel of Death. Level 7, this guy. We have 2 Thunderhammer Force Commanders, one of them with the Sacred Standard, one of them without an accessory. Could get the Iron Halo up to be even more annoying. There's the double for blue. Looks like it's going to be a close finish here. These Terminators making a massive, massive difference. Now they have to walk all the way back to base to heal up. Lord General trying to retake the west side. Fire Prism gets a good shot in to stop him. And Warlock's Providence allows him to tank until it runs out, basically. And the Witchbill of Kernus in play. Warp Throw also doing its thing. Held up that cap. There is also a D-cannon, so it does have tools to stop caps here, like that. Just Fire Prism shots. Needs to push forward here, Kain. With the Leman Russ, needs to push the Fire Prism back so they can cap. That was an attempt there using the Creeping Barrage. Oh, these guys being buffed by this thing now, the Flak Jacket, stopping the knockback off the Leman Russ, off the Fire Prism, sorry. Leman Russ being set upon by Banshees with their heavy melee spear. Ogryns trying to push through on the Fire Prism, and it won't last long as they smack on it. Only 500 hit points for these things. Needed to get it moving back a lot quicker there to avoid damage, but it does get away. And red team take the west side, 117, 125. Looks like red team are perhaps happy to just hold the mid rather than push it right now. There is a Las Cananeras, some Stern Guard veterans, and a level 7 force commanders getting their teleporter pack. It's a lot of plasma guns over here. Look at this. Painful for the Stern Guard. Let's get the hell out of there. They are in light cover because of these craters all over the place. You can tell by that very small yellow icon on the side of the health bar. Terminators, I don't believe, benefit from cover, but they are. You still see the little yellow glow when they get into some light cover craters there. Wraith Guard, the same two, level 3 and level 2. Wow, it was a good work against the Lehman Russ there. Fire Prism is back in play and being repaired. Dead Metal doing a really good job getting back on the VP quickly and taking out the Lehman Russ there. Very well done. We have a Land Raider Redeemer for StarHammer to support the west side. Doesn't really support it the whole game, and then provides a Land Raider. That's some support right now. More Ogrins for Kain. More Kasrkin for the Tenso. And maybe some more plasma guns. Heavy turret goes up, or goes down, and then goes up. Can the blue team hold on to this VP? Red team perhaps feeling the west side slip away, having to push through here in the mid. Banshee's helping out, and a Fire Prism. Fire Prism has been awesome for Dead Metal so far. Watch it be very quickly destroyed now I've said that. There is a heavy turret. Terminator's going after it now. Heavy turrets have vehicle armor, by the way. So not like regular buildings, like generators and stuff. And the Land Raider coming here too. They're still capping somehow. There we go, they stopped it. Orbital blows up a bunch of guardsmen. Maromar has nothing. Just a Lord General now. Is that enough for the blue team to take this? You would think so. Terminators, Land Raider, Fire Prism, D-Cannon, Scary Warlock, level 9. Bloody hell. Might have done enough. They might have just broke the Imperial Guard there. Stormtroopers are trying to recover for Maromar. There's that spotter shell going down again to try and look at what's going on. Land Raider comes forward. I don't think they can stand against this Land Raider. I mean, if both Ogrins for Kain get on it, they can do some work, that's for sure. But there's Assault Terminators there. There's Thunderhammers in play still. Well, there's one. StarHammer is down. Where is he? He's over here. The Ogrins are west side though for Kain. Oh boy. Wraith Guard doing some work, and the Singularity. That is painful. Only a single Ogrin gets away from the 8 that tried to get in there. Creeping Barrage. Global ability of the Lord General. Got the decap. But looks like blue team will take it back here. Tactical Marines will take it back faster too. And they're on the mid. Strong finish here for blue. I don't think they can get them off this VP with the Land Raider there. Providing some awesome support. Allows these guys to reinforce around it. Also some health regen. And not to mention some scary, mostly close range weaponry. But that twin linked assault cannon will shoot you from decent range. There's a double now for the blue. More stormtroopers from Maromar, but I think that nuke was a nail in the coffin, I think. GG says the Tenso. The Tenso remained relatively strong at the end with some Kasrkin. But can't fight two people here. GG, more GGs. Dead Metal thinking it's a terrible game. It's on the winner's side and actually finished off very strongly. Dead Metal, despite tons of pressure over here, actually retained units relatively well and came through very strong for his team. Let's look at his heroes. Level 10 Warlock with Witchblade of Kurnus, Providence and Warp Throw. Level 6 Force Commander and a level 9 Force Commander here. We had level 4, level 6, and level 6 Lord Generals. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.